Today we went on a field trip to the Jain temple.
Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra. Yes, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm excited to show you our temple. This temple actually started in the 1970s. So in 1979, a group of Jain families in the community came together and said, hey, we want a center that we can go to worship and that we can go to teach our children about the Jain religion. And so the families came together, and in 1988, we were able to open up the first Jain Center of Southern California. And at that time, it looked just like a regular building from the outside. But it was a place for us to come and at least have that shared religious sense of community. Decades later, in 2008 or so, the building that we're standing in now was constructed. This temple now looks and feels like a temple. Okay, so we're gonna move over to that area. You'll see cubbies, and we're going to actually remove our shoes. You're welcome to leave your socks on, but we are going to remove our shoes in reverence. And then I also ask that everybody drink a little bit of water because we want to make sure we have a clean mouth before we enter the temple.
And we went barefoot to the temple upstairs. It's also called the White Room, and it was so pretty in there. Like everything's just white marble, and it was just gorgeous. There was very like intricate patterns, and so we learned about things like karma.
The temple is considered in there, but this is also a sacred area. We call it the White Zones. This right here, these are Jain scriptures. The religion of Jain is very cut and dry. There's no gray area in terms of certain philosophies, but one of our tenets is the multiplicity of views. So that means that you can have your interpretation of something and you can have your interpretation of something, and that doesn't mean that there's one right answer. Another tenet that you probably are familiar with is ahimsa, which means nonviolence. You don't want to exude violence on other beings, whether they're people or animals or insects. And then the third tenet is renunciation of possession. So you don't want to be attached to anything. These pictures back here do highlight some of the history of the Jain religion. Jain religion is thousands of years old. It's incredibly old. And so those philosophies have then also transported into other religions. Like you'll see a lot of overlap between Buddhism and Jainism. So Mahavir was our 24th Tirthankar of Jainism. He was an ancient spiritual leader who lived in the 6th century BCE. Let's get back to the concept of ahimsa. We believe in nonviolence. We won't allow someone to just hit us. We will defend ourselves. We also won't fight back. And the reason for that is karma. Have you guys heard of the term karma before? Yeah. Jain religion, we believe in reincarnation. And that is the cycle of birth, death, and then rebirth. The whole goal of a Jain person is to attain liberation. So we want to disconnect our soul from our physical bodies and end that cycle of birth and rebirth. Well, how do you do that? You have to get rid of all of your karma. Karma is actually a culmination of our good deeds and our bad deeds. So if we did something good in our life, we accumulated good karma. If we did something negative in our lives, a past life, that would be counted as bad karma. And this past life of carrying things over comes from the idea of reincarnation. In Jain religion, we believe in reincarnation. We believe in that cycle of birth, death, rebirth, birth, death, rebirth. And this cycle continues and continues until you've shed all your karma and you've attained liberation, which is freedom from your body.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're trying to like neutralize your karma so you don't continue the cycle, then how does that play into like having a family and like the attachment of,
We're not perfect. And this is all in our journey over multiple lives. So a Jain monk actually completely detaches. When they go through that process of becoming a monk, they adopt a new name, and they no longer have brothers or sisters or children or parents. They are no longer a part of that family.
So after that, we went inside the temple, and what was really cool is that there were Jain worshippers there as well. So we got to see them doing their prayers, ringing the bell.
So these are our murtis. They represent our 24 Tirthankars. And again, Tirthankars are not gods, but they are beings that we aspire to be like. And so that's why we pray to them for guidance and wisdom.
And then we did a tour around the temple.
So these murtis are representations of different angels that lived around the times of the Tirthankars, and each one has its own meaning. For example, this one is important because he is the protector of the temple, and so he has a bow and arrow because he is to ward off any evil that comes to the temple. So just like we have the male angels on that side, the Devdas, on this side we have the female angels, they're called Devis. And each one is a representation of something different, symbolizes something different. The one, you being all high school students, what I really want to highlight is our Saraswati Devi. She is the angel of education and learning and knowledge.
It was just really beautiful and just gorgeous inside. There's all white, lots of window lighting, and I just felt so serene inside there. It really felt like a place of worship, a place of Zen. Afterward, we toured deities that are there, and then we got to see this gorgeous wooden temple here.
So this is the pride of our temple here. This is a replica of Palitana, which is a temple in India. It's actually a collection of 1,000 temples, and it's a very sacred place for Jains. To really do it justice, I've asked Dr. Nitin Shah to speak to us more about it.
Hey everybody, thank you for being here. This is our pride possession, and the history is Britishers, while ruling India in 1900, early 1900, they wanted to showcase Indian art, and they selected two pieces from the country. One was a mosque, and second one was this. They asked 65 artisans who took 2 years to put this together, which has 1,600 pieces. And it was brought to showcase in St. Louis, Missouri in 1904, 1905, because at that time they were celebrating acquiring of Louisiana. And after the fair, it was expected to go back to England. For some mysterious reasons, lost in antiquity, and our good fortune, it did not. It was acquired and brought to Las Vegas. So that's where this temple was, pitch dark black, and it was in crate and then stored. Jain Center of Southern California acquired it in mid-80s. We brought it here in mid-90s, and when we were building this, renovating our temple, etc., at that time, we put this together. It took 3 months. So that's the wooden temple. We're very proud to have it, the only piece in the world. Jai Jirendra. Thank you.
And ready for the meditation.
And afterward, we went to do some meditation, and which was my favorite part. There were actually some Jain nuns who were from India. So it was a very, very authentic experience. So they had us close our eyes. We had to do this with our fingers, and then we just did a lot of deep breathing.
Inhale very slowly and deeply, and exhale very slowly and deeply. Now rub your hands slightly and put on your eyes and open your eyes very slightly.
And it was so relaxing. I was trying hard not to fall asleep because it was so soothing. I just took the time to just soak in everything that we learned here and just absorb all the information and the wisdom that I learned. And so that was the end of our field trip tour, but it was really fun. It was really great learning about all this stuff.